episode 65 of Take As Needed is brought to you by Solita.
My name is Jimmy.
Where's the crack?
My name is Jimmy.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the
Just open up my laptop here. Turn to page 394. That's just how I felt when I opened up my laptop today, the podcast. I feel like I was teaching a class. With this new setup, I feel like I'm teaching a class, and that's how I'm opening up the podcast every week, like Professor Snape. Fresh off a very hectic week, but we here because we don't stop. My grandma's been in and out of the hospital. My fucking daughter's been going through shit with her stomach, but it's all good. It's all good. Before I get into any of the deep shit, let me just say something. Let me just say one thing, real quick. I thought about it this morning. I have a proposition and also a proposition for all the fucking hairy ass dads like me who go to the gym. I need, and I say need, not want, I need wipes in the bathroom. I figured out two things today. I figured out that going to the gym on leg day without getting rid of the morning fucking shit is a bad idea. And it's not going to work. And I probably spent, first of all, I was mad about that. We chilling now because this podcast is all about good vibes. Sometimes bad vibes, sometimes toxic vibes, because that's life. That's life. Wow, is fucking Frank Sinatra in the room? I don't know. So, God damn. Your boy just took a sip of Café Bustelo. I'm not sponsored by them. Got a couple sponsors coming. You know the deal, man. You know the deal. Where's the here comes the money action? I just wanted to put people on. I'm not sponsored by them. They got Café Bustelo K-Cups, and I know some fucking hippie out there is gonna be like, don't do the K-Cups, they're bad for the environment. So is the hairspray you used in the morning. I don't know, man. Listen, they got a dulce de leche or a tres leche. I don't know what it is. They got a dulce de leche or tres leche. Quote me on one of the two. K-Cups with Café Bustelo at Target. Because normal people go to Target. Psychos go to Walmart. You know what I'm saying, bro? I don't know what my soundboards are. Oh, that was the proper one. Because I was popping off. What was I even saying? Oh, I went to the fucking gym. And it was leg day. And it just wasn't going to work. I tried it. It wasn't going to work. Your boy pulled up. I had the turtle shit happening in my asshole. And then I tried to do cardio and I was like, nope, it's right there. It's sitting there. I'm getting hot. When you get hot and you have to shit, fucking so bad idea. So I went downstairs, I took a shit, and it literally took away like 22 minutes of my workout because guess what? Your boy has that problem. That problem where he does, I don't know, man. There's a couple people I talk to where it's like, oh, you too sweet. But it's a very rare occasion where like people legit, I'll tell, they hear my problem on the podcast where I literally, if I shit, I have to wipe like fucking 88 times. And it takes away paper from the environment and it probably ruins the environment. But guess what? I need a bidet. At the gym, we need either bidets or, I pay for, LA is pretty bougie. You guys can fucking get it done. You need the bidets or you need the wipes. Because if not, this is what's going to happen. It's going to be the same thing that happened to me at the airport that one time I told you guys on the podcast. Where legit, bro, I fucking I wipe and 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 I keep wiping and there's still shit and I keep wiping and there's still shit. I wipe in all different types of corners. I pull one cheek up, wipe that way, pull the other cheek up, have some fucking left hand action. Now I'm fucking, what do they call that? Ambidextrous. Is it? I don't fucking know. did I even say that correctly? Ambidextrous. I did say it right. Able to use the right and left hands equally well. I can do that. I can do that when I beat it, and I can do that when I wipe it. Because guess what? You have to. When you're someone like me who has to get into every crevice of the fucking ass crack, I got to do it. And it sucks. Put wipes in the gym, please, for fucking people who like me who forgot to let it loose in the morning. All right. That's how the podcast is popping off this week. So, yeah, man. It's been a very rough week. I'm gonna try to start it off a little positive. I know we all can relate to something. If we all been watching it very closely, I got a little part 2 coming for you right now. Should have had it ready. That's a rookie move, but you know what? We live, baby. We live.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money.
Yo, Dogecoin's going up, baby. Dogecoin's going up. Fucking cop, and hold on for the ride. I'm not a financial advisor. I have a financial advisor. I promote him all the time. But Dogecoin, man, it just makes sense right now. Buy the dip. Buy whatever dip you can find right now, because I don't know if there even is going to be a dip. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm just talking. But I'm saying, if you find a little dip, buy the dip and just enjoy the ride, because this shit, I was saying shit last month, or even, like last month, maybe 2 months ago. I was like, this shit ain't going to go up. I had my little fucking come up, and I was like, nah, this is all set. But it's going up. Elon's going to be on SNL this fucking Saturday. And listen, it's not just fucking jokes and mental health shit on this podcast. I want my niggas to eat. Everybody eats. Everybody eats. Everybody. Fuck out of here. All right. Now that the fucking fake ass positive vibes are out the way. I have positive vibes, but I got to fucking vent a little bit, right? My daughter just went through shit with her stomach this week. My grandma's in and out of the hospital because of cancer, and it's been a rough time. I'm trying to fucking hold it together. Your boy can't sleep. I'm having like the restless leg shit happen again. It's fucking a disaster. But you know what? We're trying to stay positive. My daughter's Gucci now. My grandmother's still in the hospital, but we stay positive. Because I'm a true believer in if you put negative shit out into the environment, if you're a miserable person, then you're not helping. Let me like simplify it right there. You're not helping your current situation anymore. I actually think that the more negative you are, it actually makes your life more negative. That's the extreme belief that I have. But if I'm really taking it to the next level. But man, my daughter has had problems with her stomach for fucking God knows how long. And dude, I tell people all the time, like, people, the most common misconception is like, you have a kid or kids or whatever, your life's over. You have kids and financially you're all fucked up. You got to be financially ready for kids. You got to be this, you got to be that, you got to be this. Let me fucking tell you something. If about the money thing, and I was just talking about this with somebody yesterday, about the money thing, if you seriously think that a kid is going to ruin you financially, and don't get me wrong, there's people in positions that, you know, they can't have kids or whatever, but there's government assistance, there's all this other shit, there's other ways. If you think that having a kid just fucks you financially, then you're not a hustler. I'm sorry, you're not. I'm a hustler, baby. You're not one of those. So let's throw that out there. If you feel like your life's completely over when you have kids, it's just fucking wrong. I'm here to fucking debunk everything. If you're a hustler, which in America you kind of gotta be, you're fine. If you have parents or sitters or anybody willing to watch your kid, you're fine. Your life's not over. You can still do shit. I'm still podcasting. I'm still fucking working. I'm still doing mad shit at once. And I still have to do better with time management. My point with this little spiel is that, dog, the worst thing about having a kid is them getting sick. And it's not about the inconvenience. It's not about the inconvenience. It's literally so fucking sad. And I don't mean to fucking get dramatic and emotional on this shit or whatever, but to watch my daughter just like go from happy ass kid to happy ass kid, positive ass kid. She has her little attitudes and shit that I laugh at. I even think that's funny because that's just her being a human being, her having flaws, her being a girl. It's the saddest thing to have your kid get sick. Even if you're a new parent in the beginning when they have colds and shit, even that. Even flus and all that. I remember stomach bugs. Even that. Dramatic as fuck, I know, and they're going to be okay, but you want to, especially if you're someone like me who likes to be in control of situations, you want to so badly just make everything okay. And you can't. You can't. And she's had problems with her stomach from the beginning. She'll have episodes of just like throwing up nonstop, out of nowhere. Episodes of being constipated, can't go, gets to a point where it gets really fucking scary. That it's just a whole bunch of things. And she's too young for them to diagnose her with anything. And it's frustrating. And, you know, it got to a point where she was so backed up, she didn't go for like a week and a half, and I had to give her like 2 enemas. 2 enemas a day for 2 days straight. And yo, just like watching her fucking cry and shake and have the sweats. Yo, your boy shed some tears. It's not an easy thing. I think that's, if anything, the worst thing about parenting, again, because I just feel like there's nothing you can do. You want to help so bad, but you fucking can't. And it sucks. Easily the worst thing about having a kid. And again, not the inconvenience, but it's just sad. Can't do anything. If you're a fucking big softy like me, you're like, fuck. And you start fucking shedding some real thug tears. That's the best way I could, like, maybe that's like the little bit of toxic masculinity that I have where it has to be thug tears. But yo, it's just fucking terrible, man. Shit's opening back up. On a positive note, shit's opening back up. It's so funny because I saw this fucking, I gotta look on my phone, right? I saw this like Instagram post from Joe Biden. I think it was Joe Biden. When you say Joe Biden, it's like one word, Joe Biden. We did it, Joe. Here we go. Fully vaccinated people can go outdoors. Was it Joe Biden that posted that? I got that from Complex Ambition. Joe Biden. No, it's not on his fucking, I think they posted it on the White House thing. Anyway, it's not the important part. The important part is I found it so funny. They like, the post was I'll put it on the thing. The post was like this fully vaccinated. It was like bold and in the sky. So it was with clouds and shit. So it was very like positive and whatever. And don't get me wrong, it's a step. But it was like, fully vaccinated people can go outdoors without a mask. Bro, I'm sorry, but I was fucking going outside without a mask anyway from the fucking day one. Unless I was in like a line or around mad people, I was not wearing a mask outside. What the fuck are we wearing masks outside for at this point? Like, it makes zero sense. We're outside. Obviously, if you're within fucking reach of people, whatever, then do your thing, but it doesn't make any sense. And I might step on some toes when I say that because people were fucking bugging on Joe Rogan, and I'll get to that in a little bit. But, yo, man, it is a step. I'm not going to lie. It's a step in the right direction. They dip their toes a little bit safely because, you know, if we jump right into it too much, then fucking people are going to be like, oh, we're doing too much. We're going to fucking go down the wrong path or whatever. They got to be careful with it. It's still like it's a scientific thing. We got to fucking be careful with it. We got to, like, you know, we've done a lot of, I think the whole time we've done a lot of, we could all agree at least that we've done a lot of trial and error. So that's why I'll never fucking judge. So Oh, and by the way, speaking of Judge, this is like so off the fucking top right now. I had to say this because I watched somebody go through it recently. I kind of went through it secondhand recently, and I've had it happen to me before. If you've been judging how people live through COVID, you're a fucking herb.
Time to play the game.
You're a herb. There's no other way to describe you. You're a fucking herb. Honestly, truly. There's no other word to describe you. If you're judging people for traveling and fucking just how they live through COVID, traveling, going outside, whatever. If shit's open, why are we not going to do that? If shit's been open, why are we not going to do that? I remember in the beginning, shit wasn't open. Shit wasn't like open. Restaurants weren't open, all this shit. But you can go to the park and you can go for walks. They recommended it. They recommended that you can go out. They recommended to go get vitamin C. They recommended to fucking, cause it's, bro, what makes sense about staying in the house, both physically and mentally? What makes sense about staying in the house? Let me know. From day one, they were telling you, even when shit was locked the fuck down, they were telling you, go on walks. And I would go on walks and I would see people out. I would take my daughter to the park. I would see people out responsibly. If people have been doing shit responsibly through COVID and you're judging them, you're a herb. There's no other fucking way to describe it. There's no other way to describe it. That shit just gets me tight, bro. If people want to fucking travel and do shit that, on top of that, is in the realm of things that we can still do through COVID, why not do it? Why not do it? Why not live life? But there's still people out there like that. Oh, you've been doing this. You've been going to bars. You've been traveling. You've been fucking outside. You've been doing this. You've been going. I'm sorry. Things are open, one. Two, I work in a fucking field and other people work in fields where you're going to fucking get COVID regardless. Let me just say this. And it's crazy that it's like the beginning of May, things are starting to, get return to normal and shit, whatever. Let me just say this. And it's crazy that I have to say this. And I don't even know what I was about to say because your boy's having a fucking moment.
Get the fuck out of here.
But realistically, at the end of the day, if all of this is my point. Oh, this is what I was going to say. And I've said this from day one. You're going to fucking get COVID anyway. You're going to get COVID anyway. Whether you got it or you didn't get it or you fucking get a little sick. I know you're not getting COVID through the vaccine. That's not what I'm saying. Whether you get sick or you already got sick and you had no idea or whatever, bro. You're going to get it. You're going to get it. You're going to get immune or you're going to get the vaccine and you're going to get a little sick. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All of these things are open. If it was as fucking bad as people said it was, and it's bad. It's bad. In many ways, it's bad. I'm going through the shit with my heart. I don't know where it's at. I think I'm getting a little better. I'll fucking give you guys an update when I have that. I know people and people's parents and grandparents who have died from COVID. Like, dude, it's bad. But at the same time, they're letting people travel. They're letting people fucking do this. They're letting people do that responsibly. So if you're judging people for living life through COVID, especially if you're someone who's very like, you know what, mental health, positive vibes, you got to look out for yourself mentally, whatever. It's hypocritical. It's hypocritical for you to sit there and be like, oh, you know what? Take care of yourself. But you can't fucking, you shouldn't fucking, it's irresponsible of you to do this. It's irresponsible of you to do that. It's irresponsible. I'm sorry, I'm living my life. I don't want to fucking go crazy, and that's it. Nobody should have to explain themselves. But there's still people out there who are fucking getting mad at shit like that. There's people out there getting mad at people who have their opinions on the vaccine shit. That's also an optional thing. I got my vaccine. I got the first one. If the person next to me says, I don't want to get it, and if they ask me for my opinion, I'll give it to them. I'll give it to them. Yo, listen. I think you should get it because X, Y, and Z. They tell me, I don't know if I should get it because of X, Y, and Z. Whether it be religion, which I fucking joke around about all the time, but you know what? I respect it. Whether it be whatever. Just don't fucking give me the conspiracy theory shit, because then I'll start talking fucking circles around you about the science versus your little like fucking 12-minute long, very, very long for no reason conspiracy theory video that you saw on Instagram TV, and you're so enlightened now.
Time to play the game.
Bro, let me tell you something. Joe Rogan got shit for saying some shit. He didn't even say, I don't even really think he said anything bad. I remember reading it on Vice. Stop telling people not. Vice is so bad too. I hate Vice. I don't know why I think I follow them just to do shit like this, just to be like, oh, this is where Vice is on there.
Get the fuck out of here
this week. Stop telling people not to get vaccinated, Joe Rogan. On a recent podcast episode, Rogan said healthy young people don't need the COVID vaccine because they have nothing to worry about. He's wrong. He's not completely wrong, but okay. Unfortunately, we're part of a culture where the things that famous people say have power and influence, even when it's abundantly clear that they have no idea what they're talking about. Have a brain and think for yourself. We're referring to, of course, to the vaccine skepticism Rogan has voiced multiple times on his extremely successful podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience. Most recently, Rogan and his guest, comedian, whatever, took minutes on an episode released April 23rd to advise young people against getting the COVID-19 vaccine, with Rogan claiming that he'd tell a 21-year-old, hell no. Now let's fucking listen to the video, because sometimes articles make shit worse than what it is. That would be nice if my volume was up.
Get the fuck out of here.
All right, we Gucci now.
To get vaccinated. I've said, yeah, I think for the most part it's safe to get vaccinated. I do. But if you're like 21 years old and you say to me, should I get vaccinated? I go, no. Yeah. Are you healthy? Are you a healthy person? Like, look, don't do anything stupid, but you should take care of yourself. You should, if you're a healthy person and you're exercising all the time and you're young and you're eating well, and like, I don't think you need to worry about this.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you.
But there's a lot of jobs that will tell you need to have this.
Well, that's what's starting to happen now.
People are worried about them doing it for their children. And we talked about this earlier.
Yeah.
There's that you might have to have your children vaccinated. And, you know, I can tell you as someone who's both my children got the virus, it was nothing. I mean, I hate to say that. If someone's children died from this, I'm very sorry that happened. I'm not in any way diminishing that, but I'm saying the personal experience that my children had with COVID was nothing. To get vaccinated, I've said, yeah, I think.
I don't see anything wrong with what he said. Realistically, when he said the kid shit, he was like, I'm sorry, you know, if anybody, whatever, this is just my opinion. We're allowed to have opinions. I say this every week. I feel like I am teaching a class. Turn to page 394. Because every week I'm telling you niggas, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But in 2021, more and more, it's becoming not so much that. That's fucked up. My boy literally said, if a fucking, and I'll say the same shit to a 21-year-old kid who's healthy and shit. I'm 27, right? Let me break it down to you like this. And I have my own reasons. There's other reasons why you can get the vaccine. That's where I would have told Joe Rogan, hey, but what about traveling and all this shit? You can still travel. You just got to get the test and all this shit or whatever. Here's my reasoning. I'm 27. Take away the very fucking weird heart thing that happened to me, right? Take away me having a kid that, and I agree with him on the kid shit too. When my daughter had COVID, guess what? I was jealous as a motherfucker. I literally looked at you and I looked at her and I was like, bro, you have it so fucking good. I've seen you get the flu. I've seen you get all this other shit that fucking literally like kicked your ass. And you get this COVID-19 fucking virus from China that is just fucked up, right? Gotta sneeze? Shit. You get this virus that pulls up and it does nothing to you. So it's not about me having a kid. It's about me having a kid that goes back and forth. Me and her mother co-parent. My daughter's mother's mother has a fucking line of health problems. I'm getting vaccinated for that. I work in the barbershop field. You know what? I got the whole COVID thing, and this is a misconception. I got the COVID. Like, if it's a big like disease, and I'm immune. Yeah, I'm immune for a little bit, but I don't know how long. So guess what? I'm gonna get the vaccine and fuck it. I got the vaccine, and honestly, it really fucked me up. But I got the vaccine just in case, because she's going back and forth. I don't want her to get sick. I think about my grandmother. I want to go see my grandmother in fucking New York, and she got the vaccine. She's got cancer. She got the vaccine. But you know what? Why not like double rubber it up? I don't know. Maybe that's a bad analogy in the situation, but it's kind of the same thing. I'd rather be fucking safe. I got COVID, and I got the COVID-19 vaccine. But take away the situation with my daughter. Take away the heart situation. Take away the elderly people that I'm looking out for. I don't know if I would get it. Just because I'm like that about any vaccine. I don't like feeling sick. And I know that vaccines at times make you feel sick. And I'm good. I don't like feeling sick. I'm a fucking big ass baby, if you guys didn't already know. So yeah, man. I'm going to do an ad, and we're going to keep going with this shit. Ladies and gentlemen, Take As Needed is brought to you by Solita. Listen up. If life reminded us anything these last 2 years, it's that shit gets stressful. And wellness is important for both women and men alike. And there's no better way to take care of ourselves mentally than starting with our skin, beards, and boobies. We love the beards and boobies. Solita has products that stretch far beyond soap, like booby butter and belly oil for that MILF in your life, and the ultimate beard care subscriptions for that beard that you love to stroke. I bet you can find beard oil at Target, but can you find some where you can customize your own fragrance? I didn't think so. Solita's slogan is for your very own, and they live by that by making most of your experience customizable with woman-owned products that are handcrafted and 100% vegan and cruelty-free, because women know what they're doing with this shit. Give your body the essentials it deserves. Visit solitasoap.com and use promo code Jimmy's Diner at checkout. That's promo code Jimmy's Diner at checkout.
My name is...
I should have like a little ring to that more often, I think. So yeah, man. Yo, there's been a lot of fucking idiots driving out there, and I realized this week, and it's all about self-reflection. And I do a lot of that. And I did it with my girl in the car yesterday. And I'm driving, and I say some shit. I'll probably say what I said on the uncut version of this. But I say some shit, and I fucking look. I've had a bad week with people on the road. And I think it has to do with patience, because people on the road, I don't know where the fuck they get their licenses from. They pull them out of fucking cereal boxes. It must be like that episode of SpongeBob where he passes, where Miss Puff passes him, and he shouldn't have passed because she wanted to bang out Mr. Krabs or whatever the reason was. This coffee's fire, dude. I just don't know how people get their fucking licenses. And it happens all the time, but it happens more I notice it more when I'm going through something and I'm driving and I say some shit, and I've said all types of shit all week, and I look to her and I'm like, yo, I like, if people listen to the shit that I say to people while I'm driving, they would think I'm like a piece of shit human being who like hates on who truly hates like certain dude. I just say fucking really wild shit. And then I check myself. I'm like, damn, chill out, relax. Like, we're good. You're good. Whatever. I fucking followed somebody. Last week because I'm driving down the main road and he like cuts me off. I didn't say anything. This was like the beginning of the week. I wasn't even like that impatient. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll let him do his thing. In my head, I'm like, you're wild, but I'll let you do your thing. He cuts me off. Like, could have been an accident. And I didn't even say anything, and he passes by like this with the middle finger. I'm like, bro, what? And I fucking literally chase him down the road, down the side street. I fucking follow him to his crib, and I'm like, bro. I get out the car, he's already laughing. I'm like, what? And he's like, bro, there's no way you took that seriously, man. And I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. And I'm about to get mad hood on this podcast, but where the fuck I'm from, I don't know you like that. You're going to stick out the middle finger at me or insult me in some type of way? I don't know you like that to be playing around. I don't know you. He talked to me like if he knew me for fucking years. Oh, you can't take that shit so seriously, bro. I was just playing. I don't fucking know you. You play with me like that, I'm going to assume, like, if you do some shit like that to me and I don't know you, I'm going to assume you want to throw hands. That's it. That's it. That's it. We could duke it out. We could duke it out, and then you can fuck it. Yo, I was told don't play like that, but I was like, yo, we could duke it out. One day I'm going to fucking chase somebody, right? And they're going to pull a strap out, and then that's it. So my road rage be fucking wild. I saw a situation this week where it's someone that I know, not know like that, but that I know, and I heard it from multiple people that I know, and I saw it on fucking social media. Some girl lied about like being pregnant and shit. Let me just throw some shit out there. Public service announcement. There's certain things you shouldn't lie about, and apparently there's multiple things that this individual lied about, but there's certain things you shouldn't lie about. Pregnancy, miscarriages, rape, abuse. That's just shit that like we should know off the rip. And I feel for this person in a sense that go get help. You need help. Mentally, you need to be reevaluated, and you need to be told, hey, there's something wrong. You need somebody to tell you that there's something wrong. You need to change, and that's fine. You need to like rethink and relook at your whole life and start from scratch. Because the way you've thought your whole life is not okay. And I'm a big believer in, and it's not anything that is like a belief where it's an opinion. It's a fact. When you're a pathological liar like that, to a point where you lie about shit that's not funny, where you lie about shit that, dude, pregnancy, let's just start there. Huge deal. Many people in the world who can't get pregnant. Many women in the world who can't get pregnant. Many women in the world who can't get pregnant. Many women in the world who can get pregnant and go through shit through their pregnancy. It's just not something you lie about. Miscarriages. Many women who go through them, and it's the fucking worst thing in the world. They don't recover from it. It breaks marriages. It ruins relationships. It's just a devastating thing because you're waiting for this blessing to arrive, and then that happens. And it just shuts you down. I couldn't imagine if I was the man in that situation. Rape. Do we have to explain that one? Fucking the absolute, in my opinion, worst thing that anybody can go through, male or female. Just the worst type of trauma, life paralyzing trauma that paralyzes you for life, that fucks you up for life. Physical abuse, same shit. These are things that shouldn't be lied about. These are things that people shouldn't lie about. And it can happen from anybody, but it's, on this edition of White People, I know, I've known, and I know, and I've seen in the news, white girls always lying about some fucking crazy shit. And anybody's capable, don't get me wrong, but in this scenario and in many other scenarios, that's who it is. And I'm trying to understand why. And at the end of the day, I'm making jokes about it and shit, but at the end of the day, yes, All it takes for you to be, no matter what the color of your skin, is just mentally fucked up enough to lie about something, such serious things. That's fucking crazy. And you need help. And I hope you get help. If you've ever been somebody who's been like that and got help, shout out to you. If you're somebody who's like that and you're listening, feel away, whatever. Yo, being a pathological liar is dangerous. And I think it leads, you might as well be a serial killer. You might as well do it. It's just, I think they're not too far off. You watch some shit like, I was talking to my girl about it the other day. The Gianni Versace show, the one on Netflix. It was on FX, won Mad Awards because the dude was awesome. The assassination of Gianni Versace. The dude was a pathological liar. That's how it starts. Then ends up being a serial killer. It's a very dangerous life and lifestyle, and just like to keep lies after lies after lies after lies after lies. Anytime I come across somebody like that, or I find somebody like that, and you have little lies here and there or whatever, but if you have like pathological lies after lie, I'm just like very big ones, dude. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I can't fuck with you. I can forgive, but I can't forget, and I'm good. Fucking crazy. Speaking of other white people, J Biebs, huh? Justin Bieber. My boy was catching like some heat for his like culture appropriation shit. Here we go. Justin Bieber sticks with dreadlocks despite criticism. Good for him, honestly. I mean, let me be real, right? Let me read this. My boy got some dreads. He looks kind of fucking stupid, but at the end of the day, whatever, right? We know Justin Bieber doesn't do too well with apologies. The Lonely Singer, 27, sparked controversy last week when he debuted his new dreadlocks after previously wearing the traditional black hairstyle in 2016 and facing similar accusations of cultural appropriation and white privilege. I don't know. The word cultural appropriation has always confused me. Let me see something. Let me look up. And I knew what it meant, but cultural appropriation is the adoption of an element or elements of one culture identity by members of another culture identity. This can be controversial when members of a dominant culture appropriate from minority cultures. I mean, I guess. The last part, white privilege, I don't know. White privilege? Because he got dreads? I don't see, when I think of white privilege, I think of a white person literally taking advantage of the fact that they have white privilege and doing something fucked up. Getting dreads? I don't know. And just like last time, Bieber appears to be paying no heed to his critics. Over the weekend, he pulled his polarizing locks into high pigtails to film his Happy Gilmore-themed Let It Go music video with DJ Khaled and 21 Savage. DJ Khaled has so much fucking music and is involved in so much shit. It's hilarious. Bro, all I have to say about this hairstyle, and I said it last week, he looks like an idiot, but at the end of the day, let's be real, right? And also, I never see anybody, it's back to like that thing that I always talk about where like they choose to fucking bug out when they choose to bug out. I know white girls who have locks because what, they're hippies and they smoke weed or whatever and it's fine for them, but Justin Bieber gets locks and what? We're gonna fucking say it's white privilege? I don't agree. I'm sorry. That's all. This is not gonna be a whole thing. I just don't agree. I don't know. And not to be, not to like call people out, but I know Dominicans that pretend to be white to a point where like they legit fucking dye their hair blonde and they act like they literally will say I'm not black and they'll just act super white in many ways. I know black people who do the same shit. Dominicans are black, but you know what I mean? I know black people do the same shit. I'm not about to fucking... The cultural appropriation word just confuses me. It confuses me. Because it could be hairstyles and shit. And it's like, bro, like, people have been copying each other's hairstyles from the beginning of time. And I don't know. I don't agree with it. I'm probably going to have people disagree with me, and that's fine. We're all entitled to our own opinions again. But I'm not about to fucking cancel or bug out over Justin Bieber having dreads that don't even look good. They don't. What I will say is that fucking Steve Harvey is a herb. He's a fucking herb. That's somebody that I'll fucking bug out on this podcast this week. Where's that video that I fucking had the other day? That dude's a fucking herb. And I've always known he was a herb. Steve Harvey is going viral for explaining why he doesn't have female friends. He was on an interview. I don't know what interview he was on. I thought it was so stupid that I legit did not even look into what he was on. But this is what Homeboy had to say.
Friends are men. I don't have female friends.
All my friends are men. Wow.
Friends are men. I don't have female friends. I don't. I'm incapable of that.
Why? What do you mean?
Well, because, you know, come on.
Because you have a wife.
Well, I have a wife, and I don't really have female friends because, look, okay, let's get rid of this myth right here. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. Let's get rid of this right here. You're an attractive woman. There's some guy somewhere saying, "Yeah, we're friends." No, that's not true. He's your friend only because you have made it absolutely clear that nothing else is happening except this friendship we have. Wow. We remain your friends in hopes that one day there'll be a crack in the door, a chink in the armor. And trust and believe, that guy that you think is just your buddy,
so creepy.
He will slide in that crack the moment he gets the opportunity.
So
And
because
you think
we're
most
guys.
men think this way?
99.9% of us think that way.
Speak for yourself, creepazoid.
Friends are men. I don't
See, bald niggas like that make me not want to go bald. Because there's like bald real niggas, and then there's bald creepy niggas with a mustache. Like Steve Harvey. He's a fuckboy. Did we not know this? He's such a fuckboy. He's the epitome of a fuckboy herb. He's a herb. I don't fucking understand that thought process right there. That's the most toxic thing I've ever heard. And I've heard that so many times. Yo, he's right. There's a lot of people who think like that. There is a lot of people who think like that. I'm not one of them. To an extent. And we had that conversation in the podcast. I mean, in the podcast. The barbershop's so much like a podcast that I clearly confused it. I agree to an extent. I can't even say I agree to an extent. I don't agree. There's certain things that I personally, I'm like, like if I'm dating somebody and you're going to come in here, and the same goes for female. I would expect a female to think the same thing if I did it. If I'm coming home and I'm like, oh yeah, hey, I have this new bestest friend in the world, and we just met, and we're gonna go out, whatever. And I'm just sitting here like, what? Why? Like, what? If it's toxic, if you think it's toxic and you disagree or whatever, let me know. I think that we all have. Steve Harvey's shit is different. I think that's sick. Other than that, I think we all have like things that we're not okay with, that we don't speak on, that we're not okay with, and we're all set on and whatever. And that's where when we date, that's where we throw it all out there and we're upfront about it. And I talked about it at the barbershop too. I was like, listen, when I start dating women and it's a couple weeks in or whatever, I let them know. I let them know who I am. I let them know what certain pet peeves are or what I don't think is okay. And I let them know so that later on they can't point at that and be like, listen, what's good? And I'll be like, listen, I told you this. I think it's impossible for you. You think it's impossible to have fucking female friends? And there's a lot of people out there like that, so I'm talking to you. You think it's impossible to have female friends or impossible to have male friends or whatever? I think it's impossible to have that thought process. Entering relationships as a guy or a girl, you're going into a relationship. You're gonna have friends of the opposite. I said oppo because I'm a baseball fan. You're going to have friends of the opposite sex. If that partner is sitting here telling you that that friend of yours from fucking for years now is like, or even say just a friend you had going into it for years now, or whatever, just friends you've had going into it. If that partner is telling you you can't have that friend, first of all, controlling, very fucking toxic. Second of all, why? And that's that Steve Harvey shit. And let's be real. I mean, if I've had women, and it's fine. At this point, I just don't date them, right? I've had women tell me like, "Oh, this is a friend of mine, you know, in the talking phases or whatever. Oh yeah, this is a friend of mine, you know, we hooked up like once or twice or whatever. We fucked around a few times and like, oh, that's cool. I'm good." At that point, I'm just like, at that point, I make a decision as a human being with my own opinions and my own feelings on shit. And I'm like, all right, I'm either okay with this or I'm not okay with this. And if I'm not okay with it, then that's it. I'm good. Because I think it's a level of respect at some point. I think it's super disrespectful and creepy, that mentality that Steve Harvey has of, oh, you know, you can't have any female friends because you're going to think of this and that or whatever. My thing, I think, is different. I think it comes from a place of like, you know what? He used to fuck around with this individual. There was something there. And especially those situations where it's like on and off. Oh, we did it whenever we were drunk and we just have our moments and whatever. Yeah. What's to stop you from having another moment? I'm good. At that point, I decide, again, as a human being, right? But, and the same goes for females. In my opinion, it's always been, don't do to others what you wouldn't want done to you. And I have that thought process in relationship. Steve Harvey shit is a very, and I don't mean to go over the top. You guys know I'm not I don't go over the top. I don't make things very extreme, but it's a very creepy pervert type thing. I would go as far as to say pervert type thing that he said, where, as men, and he's speaking for 99.9% of men. 99.9% of men is a lot. Speak for yourself, you bald, creepy herb. I think that is such a creepy thing to say, because you're literally sitting here saying that as men, naturally, and you're speaking for all of us, which is a very, very, very weird thing to do. You're speaking for all of us and saying, we're all, our thought process is always like, you know what, I have female friends, but I'm always going to want to fuck them, and I'm always going to wait for that door to open up. I'm always going to be on the prowl, just creepily waiting for that door to open up. No. Speak for your fucking self.
Get the fuck out of here.
Because that's not how we all think, and that pisses me the fuck off. For someone to speak on behalf of all men and say something so like creepy and weird, you kind of ruin it for people, for fucking idiots who do follow Steve Harvey and think, oh, you know what? Anytime this motherfucker says something or writes a book or whatever, we're gonna whatever. And by the way, I don't know about you guys, but realistically, I think that Harvey has always been a herb. He's always been a herb. It's never been different. It's always been the same. And that's it. That's all I have to say about it. I might have more shit to say on the uncut part, but I'm going to do an ad. And my fucking headphones just died, so I'm all fucked up a little bit, but we're good. I'm going to do another one, and then we're going to enter the other half. Not other half, like an extra whatever, you know? Extendo. Guys, so you want to buy a brand new Tesla, or you're looking into buying a house to fit all the kiddos and doggos, or if you're me, you want to ball out and do both, but you need better credit and you don't know what you're doing, from credit cards to those collections that seem impossible to get removed. You got to holla at my boy Carlos Sten, your millennial business and financial coach. I shit you not. I've been in touch with this man for only a month, and my credit score is already up 100 points, plus more, because I have to update this ad. And I'm just trusting the rest of the process. When Jay-Z said, financial freedom, my only hope, I felt that, and I know I can't be the only one. Text credit to 401-267-8436. That's credit to 401-267-8436. And tell them Jimmy sent you. Guys, thank you for joining me. If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, whatever. If you want to listen to the extended episodes, you know what to do. You can always go on patreon.com/JimmyLuca. That's patreon.com/JimmyLuca. So you can hear this extendo and watch and hear and see all of the other bonus content I have coming, because it doesn't stop. I really hope that what I'm doing on the soundboard is accurate now, because I don't fucking know. I mean, I'll find out. I'll find out. I'm ending this podcast very ghetto, because it's not really that ghetto because I don't have headphones in or whatever, and I can't hear what's going on, but we'll be all right. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 65. Thank you for listening. If you want that raw shit, you know what to do. Even though this is already raw, but I know you'll appreciate it regardless. Catch you on the flip.
My name is Jimmy.